Hello everyone, welcome to Light Point Cap OT 90 Challenge. I want to encourage you to continue to read as we are on this final stretch of reading the prophets in the Old Testament. Today we're finishing up Daniel and we're going into minor prophets, starting with Hosea. And I want to give introduction to Hosea, skipping Joel for the next time, and Amos. All right, so now, Hosea and Amos are the only two writings in the Old Testament prophets focusing on the northern kingdom of Israel. So they ministered when northern kingdom was intact, and they focused on speaking to the northern kingdom. Now, Amos, he ministered around 760 BC, and Hosea, he ministered around 750 to 720 BC. So when the empire of Assyria was in control, Amos ministered to those who are in Israel as well as Hosea. And Hosea, he experiences the fall of Israel. Now, those are the earliest writings, and Amos, out of the prophets that we have in the Old Testament, the writing, Amos is the first one that we see as he ministered around 750 BC. Hosea is about the judgment upon Israel as they are unfaithful to the Lord. So Hosea, as a prophet, he speaks oracles of God. Those are judgment oracles. So the symbolism of Hosea's marriage to an unfaithful wife is used as a metaphor of God's covenant with unfaithful Israel. So one more time, Hosea's marriage is a metaphor for God's love, God's covenant towards unfaithful Israel. Now, as well as Hosea speaks forth judgment oracles, but as the metaphor is the marriage, especially through Hosea and his unfaithful wife, there are a lot of love language in this writing of Hosea, because ultimately our Lord, he yearns for renewal of his people. So there are a lot of love language, at the same time, judgment, oracles of God in the book of Hosea. Now, Amos identifies offenses of Israel in his fiery condemnation of injustice in the northern kingdom. Amos, he speaks forth condemnation against the Israelites when there were so much injustice in the society. So they were moral, social, political, and religious apostasy, and Amos speaks against that, especially calling for righteousness, calling for justice in his book. So now here are some key points that we can walk away with from Hosea and Amos, and I'm sure even through the rest of the prophet. First one is this: God is faithful. God, he is faithful. And God desires relationship. Even more than doings, God desires relationship. And we can really see that from the book of Hosea. And God is just and God disciplines. God disciplines his people whom he loves. All right? From Hosea and Amos, I want to share two verses each. And I think those two books are, maybe we are more familiar with those two books. Hosea chapter 6, verse 3 and verse 6. It says this: let us press on to know the Lord. His going out is sure as the dawn. He will come to us as the showers, as the spring rains that water the earth. Verse 6, for I desire steadfast love and not sacrifice, the knowledge of God rather than burnt offerings. Amos chapter 5, verses 14 and 15, it says this: seek good and not evil, that you may live. And so the Lord, the God of hosts, will be with you. As you have said, hate evil and love good, and establish justice in the gate. It may be that the Lord, the God of hosts, will be gracious to the remnant of Joseph. All right, everyone. Continue to read, and in 2 days, I'll be back with Joel and Obadiah. All right? See you soon.